Guys, what is up? It is Alex here, and F1 2012 sprint mode video, and this one isn't such a happy one because when we get to the end of this race, there's a guy that really starts to annoy me and shows that he isn't a very good driver and maybe shouldn't be playing this game because he ruined a lot of people's races in this one. And you'll see nearer to the time onto the last lap, and it might be a certain Williams you're seeing on your screen now. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into this race. We're going side by side with somebody up into turn 3, I think it is, and really hard to get side by side through there. Well, an amazing move around the outside by the Ferrari. He's keeping it amazingly real and doing a great move around the outside, but then he sort of messes it up to this corner, taking out the Sauber. Then you see my Force India teammate going off right in front of me, then the Mercedes going around the outside of me there. There's just contact being made everywhere as people try and move up into the next position, and I'm up into 7th position now, starting, I think I started 14th on the grid, so pretty decent first couple of corners from me, and lucky to escape the carnage, even though I did get a bit involved in it myself. But anyway, getting the slipstream of my teammate down the back straight of Abu Dhabi, and actually getting a half decent one, but just not having the pure setup to get past. And then there's a guy right behind me that looks like he's going to catch up anytime soon. Now my Force India teammate looks quite fast, so he's pulling away, and there's a little bit of a battle right in front. But look at this on the map in a second, you'll see one guy's just absolutely stormed away from the field and having an absolutely amazing race, and he's probably going to win it. But anyway, if you look behind me, there'll be some arrows very soon with the guy catching up behind me. I think it's Joey Baxi or something. He's catching up, and then look at my Force India teammate getting in the way, and meaning that I get a penalty, and I don't know what I could have really done there. He sort of just spun in front of me, but that doesn't really matter. Penalties just come around in F1 2012 sprint mode, and that stuff happens, so we're going to have to deal with it and just continue and try and do the best race we possibly can. Then the Ferrari's going off in front of us, and we're going to try and get past him in the next couple of corners. But I'm not doing too well this race, I'm totally honest. I didn't have the pace, I didn't have a very good setup, and I was just literally on the sort of end of my racing day, because I think I've done about 20 races before this, and when it comes to the last race of the day, you're always getting a bit annoyed, and it's normally the reason why you turn off your Xbox and stop playing F1. So here we go, trying to get the slipstream of the guy in front of us, the Ferrari, and he's doing quite well. He's keeping it on the apex of most of these corners, but he did get a bit wide in turn 1, and now through this bit of section you need a good setup to keep it to the apexes and keep it on the ground and not fly up over the bumps on the outside there. Now coming into the first sector split, 1 second in front, 7 tenths I think that is behind us, and we've got in the sort of zone of getting a slipstream on this Ferrari, but we get a bad exit to the hairpin and really don't get the momentum we need to catch him down the straight. So it's pretty equal to the guy in front and the guy behind, so hopefully no slipstreaming means that neither of us are going to gain on each other, which means for me at least I won't be losing this 4th position on the road. But look at the guy at the front, he's making a couple of mistakes, he's dropped a bit back, and also the Ferrari getting off the apex and not getting that one very well done. I think you should probably get a bit of a time penalty if you cut the corner like that. Maybe hold you back a second or so that you don't gain an advantage, because he definitely didn't lose anything from that. And Martin Brundle says if you don't lose anything from cutting a corner, you sort of are gaining advantage. And anyway, we're caught right up to the back of the Ferrari now, and we're getting these couple of corners a little bit wrong, which means we're now right up to the back of him, but we are losing time every time we mess up a corner. But we're going to go around the outside here of the Ferrari. Can we make it stick around the outside? He brakes, and that actually feels one of my best racing moves I've done on this game so far, and if he'd actually tried to go for it and smashed me off the road, he probably would have came out of that a lot worse. But nonetheless, we'll get into 3rd position and getting a bit of a slide on through the last couple of corners of this lap. And we're trying to hit the apexes of these last couple of corners so we can catch the guy in front, the Williams, which is causing carnage wherever he goes. So yeah, anyway, so we're going on to the final corner and onto the final lap of the race, doing 1:44.3 and recovering 5 XP for having a clean lap time that round. And now actually one of my friends and subscribers on Xbox Live, Hibby1902, does a 42.9 and sets the fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely storming away at the front and doing a great race from him. And nonetheless, we are trying to do the best we can and catch the guy in front of us, the Williams, who is trying to do the best he can and cutting a couple of corners to try and do the best. And someone else does a fast lap of 42.7, and then Hibby actually goes wrong and actually gets a bit of a sort of slide on, I think it was, and actually got that one a bit wrong through the hairpin. And now this Lucas guy is actually catching right up to the back of him. He's going to go for the overtake, I'm sure, because he's quite an aggressive racer, and he's going to try and go past, and I'm just going to try and sort of gained from their little thrills and spills at the front. And you can see there he went for a move down the inside, he went a bit wide into that corner, and he's actually getting side by side from him, I think he is, onto this back straight. But we've still got half our curves left, so we could probably still do something about this little battle and maybe get something of our own from this race, even though we do have a penalty. So watching them go side by side through pretty much every corner and go wheel to wheel is going to be interesting. And I always get these couple of corners wrong and get corner cuts, but the Williams has pushed him wide and spun him round, and that meant that he's lost the position, and now the Williams has lost time as well. He's lost time behind me, and you can see the heavy lost connection because he must have got quite annoyed. The Williams very aggressive there, absolutely smashing him off. And then the Williams going over a stupid move down the inside, wiping my race out and absolutely destroying any chance I had of a decent result after my penalty too. And you can see there I'm even dropped down to 5th position, and maybe this Toro Rosso can help me out, but very, very annoying to end the race like this, and very, very horrible that the Williams is such a bad driver. And you know, people like that should definitely get more penalties, and people like you know, some people that use stupid penalties, they should get less penalties. So we go around the outside of that guy going into the last corner, and the Sauber spins it, but we do come across the line, we do get a podium. And even though the Lucas guy got a penalty, I was still quite annoyed about that race and how he was such an aggressive and stupid driver, and we dropped down to 5th by the end. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope you had a wonderful day. It's been Alex, and I'm out of here. Bye.